An excellent education to me is that doesn't necessarily the education prepares you for the examination. The education has to prepare you for the life itself.
Pendidikan yang holistik juga, yang excellent education, also make a student feel that they are capable of doing something.
But besides that also, an excellent education also stands for a teamwork. We can interact with each other in our friends, and also doing group work, helping each other.
Bagi saya, excellent education means satu pendidikan yang berkualiti, memberi semua murid berfikir dengan waras mengenai masa depan dia.
At the point, many children in Malaysia don't have the opportunity to attain an excellent education.
Cabaran besar yang kami hadapi di kalangan pelajar adalah dari segi kedudukan ekonomi keluarga mereka.
ஏழ்மை ஒரு காரணமாக இருக்குது. இப்போ நிறைய குடும்பங்கள் ஏழை குடும்பங்களில் அப்பா அம்மா படிக்க தெரியாதவங்களாக இருக்கலாம். அதனால் அவங்களுக்கு கல்வியோட அருமை தெரியல. பிள்ளைங்களையும் அவங்க பள்ளிக்கு அனுப்பி கல்வி கற்கிறதுக்கு அவங்க சரியான ஆதரவு வழங்கலை. இதனால் மாணவர்களும் கல்வியோட அருமை தெரியாமல் சில பேர் பள்ளிக்கு போகாமல் போய் வேலை செய்வாங்க. அவங்களோட எதிர்காலம்.
郊外的学生们需要走大概几公里的路程来去上学。
So, well, I think the challenges I face in my school is about language. They'll find it really hard difficulties on speaking and interacting with other new people in English.
A movement is needed to end education inequity because none of us have the solution on our own.
Teaching is never, for me, a job. It's a service, it's a calling. So not everyone can be teachers.
Many of us become teachers, some for the sheer love and compassion and passion for education, but many become teachers because it's a job of convenience. Yeah, when it becomes a job of convenience, you cannot be an effective leader.
And that's why I'm saying Teach for Malaysia has got a different concept altogether. They are not taking teachers and training them to become teachers. They are engaging with a group of people who's passionate about education.
What we look for in Teach Malaysia is we're looking for leaders that are willing to take that step at the classroom level, school, district, or even state level and national level to drive systemic change needed.
And I come from a rather simple background. My father is a clerk. I had a person in my life who was willing to believe in me and who thought that I deserved a good education. And I think because of that, I'm inspired to think that everybody else deserves an excellent education.
So teachers are like the beacon, are like the lighthouse. I want to be that lighthouse for my students.
Throughout the fellowship, I learned to be a better leader. I guess I've never seen myself as a leader until I'm a teacher, because you're faced with hundreds of students every day and you have to come up with solutions sometimes immediately.
But the best part about the program is the alumni movement.
If they have gone through the 2 years of teaching, they would understand what it takes to educate a child. And from outside, they would be able to influence the system.
When we come out as alumni, and whatever way that we work in, we try to address this problem.
So right now, 4 of us, Teach for Malaysia alumni, we are starting up a literacy intervention program called My Readers. It is aimed to help students who have no foundation in English literacy, to help them go from being illiterate to literate in 27 weeks.
You know, we shouldn't be teaching the kids just so that they can answer exams. We should be teaching the kids so that they can use the knowledge to solve a problem that they see in life. And that's what we are doing at the social enterprise that I co-founded with 3 other Teach for Malaysia alumni.
Last year we achieved the Sekolah Bayangah status because we jumped, I think, more than 300 rankings in the whole of Malaysia.
Teach Malaysia is a movement of change.
Changing education is a movement because the problems that we face are actually society-wide.
I meet many people and they ask me, how could we help the Ministry of Education? And one classic way is, how do we empower Teach for Malaysia?
We need individuals, we need institutions, we need corporations, we need the ministry, we need parents of the communities, and more importantly, we need the students themselves to believe in the ideals of Malaysia.
As a Teach for Malaysia Fellow, you will directly impact the challenges faced by students in high-need schools. Open to fresh graduates and working professionals, Teach for Malaysia offers a full-time, fully paid 2-year leadership development program. Not only will you help improve the life of others, but also your own. Partnering the Ministry of Education and endorsed by leading organizations, the fellowship allows you to make a positive impact while providing a solid foundation for your future. At the end of your fellowship, you will gain a postgraduate diploma in education. This qualifies you to continue your career in teaching after the fellowship. We find outstanding Malaysian graduates and young professionals like you to be full-time teachers in high-need public schools to fulfill the potential of students and also your own. Become a Teach for Malaysia Fellow. Apply now at teachformalaysia.org/apply.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the first ever digital ceremony of Malaysia's 100 Leading Graduate Employers Awards of 2020, or what you commonly know as M100, proudly brought to you by GTI Media. My name is Jasmine, and I'll be your host this afternoon. Today, we are looking forward to celebrate the achievements of all the award winners. Ladies and gentlemen, your active participation is highly encouraged throughout this entire event. So please do leave your comments in the comment box below as the session progresses. The M100 Awards is an excellent platform to recognize the best and most proactive graduate recruiters in the country. Every year, the nation's top graduate employers would come together to celebrate the results of M100. These results are actually voted by students in universities across the country. Till this day, the M100 survey is still the largest and longest running study on graduate recruitment trends in Malaysia. The M100 Awards consists of two parts. The first one will be the overall awards, where we recognize the most outstanding graduate recruiters in the country. The second part will be the sector awards, where we recognize those who stand out within the key industry sectors. With all this being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's begin.
Let the 2019 Malaysia's 100 Leading Graduate Employers Awards begin. Congratulations in advance to all of our nominees and winners this evening. Keep up the good work, and may you continue to shine as champions in graduate recruitment.
I would like to thank everyone here, especially GTI Media, for assisting us towards building a more competitive workforce for employers in Malaysia. Thank you and have a pleasant evening.
Congratulations to EY Ernst & Young.
Petronas.
Congratulations to Petronas, who are top employer for Malaysia's 100 leading graduate employers for 2019 is
Maybank.
Congratulations to Maybank.
What an amazing trip down memory lane. Even if we don't get to have a physical event this year, our appreciation for your hard work remains the same. Now, without further ado, I would like to welcome Yang Berbahagia Professor Dato Seri Dr. Muhammad Mustafa bin Ishak, Director General of Higher Education, Department of Higher Education, to share with us his thoughts and open the ceremony for today. Yang berbahagia Professor Dato Sri Mustafa, the floor is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good afternoon. Mr. Isaac He, the Managing Director of GTI Media, the GTI Media team, recruiters, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to thank GTI Media for inviting me to the Graduate Employer 2020 Awards to deliver the officiating speech. I believe this year's awards ceremony is a very special one for all of us, as it is the first time that the ceremony is being held on a digital platform. Yes, Malaysia experienced an unprecedented situation with the global COVID-19 pandemic, and this has regrettably put the nation on pause. I've been made to understand that the M100 Award ceremony has been a graduate recruitment tradition since the very first ceremony back in 2008. As they say, the show must go on. I'm glad to see that the current situation has not stopped the now virtual M100 Award ceremony from happening. Congratulations to the GTI Media team once again. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ministry of Higher Education, MOHE, constantly strives to improve the higher education landscape and to create greater opportunities for Malaysian graduates across a myriad of industry sectors. Higher education institutions in Malaysia have managed to achieve beyond 80% of graduate employability in previous years. However, things are different this year. Many organizations and individuals have been affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. Therefore, MOHE believes it is important to lend graduates a helping hand during this very challenging time. MOHE has received 100 million from the government to conduct a career advancement program known as Penjana KPT CAP. It aims to reskill and upskill the participating graduates by further enhancing their existing abilities and knowledge. This program consists of 3 sub-programs, namely the Place and Train, Entrepreneurship, and Gig Economy. Upon completion of the training, participants will stand a chance, in fact a better chance, of securing a job placement in the participating industries. Penjana KPT CAP is expected to benefit 18,000 graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to say that the Malaysia's 100 Leading Graduate Employers Initiative is in line with this core mission of MOHE. I'm also aware that GTI Media, through the Malaysia's 100 and Grad Malaysia brands, continue to expand their virtual platforms that enable both employers and graduates to connect online, bridging the gap between students' expectations, what employers can really offer, and also adapting to the new normal. With our efforts combined, we will be able to address the graduate unemployment issues in this country. Together, we can do great things. I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to the organizers of today's event, and congratulations to all employers who have taken part in this M100 Awards. All of you have shown great interest, determination, and creativity in reaching out to students and fresh graduates. I wish you all the very best of success. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you very much.
Thank you, Yang berbahagia Professor Dato Sri Mustafa, for the enlightening speech. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Isaac He, the Managing Director of GTI Media, to share with us his thoughts. Ladies and gents, over to you, Mr. He.
Hello and good afternoon. Welcome to the unveiling of Malaysia's 100 leading graduate employers for the year 2020. My name is Isaac and I am the Managing Director for GTI Media. Thank you to all of you for taking the time to be here with us today. Whether you are an employer partner, one of our university partners, or one of our VIPs in the Ministry of Higher Education, thank you very much for taking the time out of your schedule to be with us on this auspicious occasion. Firstly, I would like to apologize for not being able to meet all of you in person this year as we usually would. Then again, as I'm sure you all know, 2020 has not been a usual year in any sense of the word. With that said, I'm still glad that I get to be here today to close the year off with all of you, and I suppose I can think of no better way than to wrap up this year. So, looking back a little, back when the first wave of COVID-19 hit Malaysia earlier on in the year, and when the first MCO was declared, here at GTI we actually did face quite a tricky conundrum as to whether or not we wanted to continue doing the M100 survey and the awards this year. Because the inability to go down on campus and engage with students and graduates in person meant that it would become very difficult for us to get quality responses for this year's survey. But after careful consideration, we decided to push ahead with it regardless, because we believe that, especially during a time like this, when there is so much uncertainty and unpredictability out there in the marketplace, being able to offer some degree of clarity or insight into the state of graduate recruitment in Malaysia this year became all the more important. Not just for recruiters or for our university partners, but also for the students themselves as well, who needed to know that their fears, their aspirations, their hopes and concerns for the future and what lies ahead during the time of COVID-19 were being heard and taken into account. And so with that in mind, this year, the GTI team worked with more than 60 universities all across Malaysia, engaging with hundreds of thousands of students through various online events, from digital career fairs, online networking sessions, employer info sessions, online career workshops and talks, and many more. Constantly finding new ways to keep students engaged and interacting with us through all these digital mediums, and then surveying them with our Malaysia's 100 leading graduate employers survey. So it is my great pleasure to be able to sit before all of you today and announce that this year we've managed to secure 26,654 survey responses. Despite all the unique challenges that the GTI team faced, they managed to overcome all of that and secure this great achievement. I would like to take a quick moment to thank them for all their hard work and to congratulate them on this success, despite all of the unplanned variables that came their way this year. It truly is my privilege to be able to serve alongside them as a fellow member of the team, because they are all excellent men and women. With that said, in a few moments, we will be unveiling the 100 leading graduate employers for the year 2020. Before that, my colleague Jaideep Patel will come on camera to tell you a bit more about some of the more interesting survey findings we've obtained from this year's survey. Just a heads up before that aside from what will be presented today, we also have the ability to provide all of you who are watching with more in-depth, customized, actionable insights that are tailored to your organization. So if you are an employer partner who is ranked within the top 100 this year, or a university partner who has worked with us to gather the survey responses, do get in touch with us, because we can provide you with choice cuts of data to help you benchmark the state of your graduate employability or graduate recruitment efforts, and assist you with your strategy planning for the year ahead. The data we have for this year is a very interesting snapshot of what graduate recruitment has become during the time of COVID-19. So please get in touch with us and we can provide you with the data you need to find out more. With that said, let's jump straight into things and find out who made it into our top 100 list this year. Before that, I would like to start off by saying first and foremost a congratulations to all of the winners and the finalists who have been listed in our sector rankings, which we have announced over the past 2 weeks. Even during a year like this, when everything has gone topsy-turvy, the fact that you've all managed to hold on to your positions in those rankings is proof of your thought leadership and your corporate leadership in your various industries and areas of work. And to that, we wish you our congratulations and hope that you continue to stay successful. And in advance, to all of you who will be ranked in the top 100 list this year, as well as our winner and finalists for the Graduate Employer of the Year Award, I wish you congratulations as well on your excellent performance in this year. May you all continue to be thought leaders in graduate recruitment and shaping the lives of the next generation here in Malaysia. So without further ado, let's get into things. I'm looking forward to the day when I can see you all in person again. We can look back at this year and reminisce fondly about the time that we overcame 2020 and by extension COVID-19 together. But until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope this year has been a great source of personal growth for each and every one of us. And to all of you who are celebrating the end of the year in your own way, we wish you happy holidays as well, from all of us here at GTI Media. Thank you very much. Jasmine, back to you.
Those are some good advice, Mr. He. Thank you to both Yang Berbahagia Professor Dato Sri Mustafa and Mr. He for the opening and welcome speeches. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you've been following us on our social media, you may have realized we've been announcing the winners and finalists for the Sector Awards, Best Newcomer Award, and also the Fastest Moving Employer Award. It is our greatest pleasure to honor the winners and finalists of these awards as we recap all the sectors and categories for your viewing. Enjoy! Once again, congratulations to all the winners. And now, GTI Media would like to present the research finding of the M100 Survey 2020. Let's welcome Mr. Jaideep Patel, Head of Products and Services of GTI Media, to present to us the awaited findings today. Over to you, Mr. Patel.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the M100 Awards Presentation 2020. My name is Jaideep Patel, Head of Products and Services at GTI Media, and I'm here to share with you the latest data findings from the survey this year. This year, the M100 survey captured 26,654 completed surveys. Ladies and gentlemen, looking at the gender breakdown of the respondents of the survey this year, 63% of all respondents were female, followed by 36.3% who were male. Now, moving on to the nationality of the survey respondents, a total of 96.4% of the respondents were Malaysian. Ladies and gentlemen, let us now move on to the top 5 subjects of study of our respondents in 2020. The number 1 course was business and management related courses, followed by engineering, while IT came in at 3rd place. This was followed by economics and mathematical sciences, statistics in 5th spot. Ladies and gentlemen, let us now move into the year of study of our survey respondents this year. 12.5% of respondents stated that they were in their first year, while 14.4% stated that they were in their second year. As for the number of third year students, they were 10.9% of the total, while 28.8% of them were in their final year. An additional 33.4% of survey respondents told us that they had already graduated. Ladies and gentlemen, let us now move on into the highest qualification upon graduation of our survey respondents in 2020. Nearly 84% of all respondents told us that they would be graduating with a bachelor's degree, followed by 11% who told us that they would be graduating with a postgraduate certificate or diploma. On top of that, 4.2% of them told us that they would be graduating with a master's degree. Another 0.6% told us that they would be graduating with an MBA, while 0.4% of our respondents in 2020 told us that they would be graduating with a doctoral degree. Guests of the M100 Awards Presentation 2020, I would now like to draw your attention to the estimated or actual CGPA of our respondents this year. 77.1% of them stated that they fell between 3.01 to 4.0 CGPA, while another 17.3% fell between the 2.01 to the 3.0 CGPA range. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, we asked in the M100 Survey 2020 when our students and graduates were expecting to work in their first professional position after graduation. 33% of our respondents told us that they would be working in 2020, while 29.1% told us that they expected to start their jobs next year. A further 12.2% told us that they expected to start their first professional position in 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, let us now look at the career sectors graduates are most keen on. The sectors are as follows: banking and financial services, accounting and professional services, education, consulting, leisure, travel and hospitality, media and entertainment, e-commerce, engineering and heavy industry, IT, energy, oil and gas, utilities. Ladies and gentlemen, let us now look at the following experiences of our students. These experiences were for at least 3 months in length. 56.9% of respondents stated that they had work experience unrelated to their course. 52.2% said that they were involved in student society activities. A further 44.3% said that they had work experience related to their course. 38% of students were involved in volunteer experiences. 31% held formal leadership positions in student societies. 19.2% of our respondents said that they had worked, studied or performed voluntary activities in a foreign country, while only 2% of our students and graduates in 2020 stated that they were involved in political activities. Dear employers, let us now move on to the formal internship experience of our survey respondents in 2020. Now, these internships are formal internships with employers or professional organizations. A total of 38.4% of respondents told us that they completed one internship prior to doing the survey. An additional 7.6% completed 2 internships, while close to 2% did 3 internships or more. 52% of all respondents told us that they have not completed an internship before doing the survey. Now, let us look at the number of years our respondents were preparing to stay in their first jobs. 25.3% of respondents told us that they would expect to stay in their first jobs for up to 2 years, while 54% of them told us that they would be willing to spend 3 to 5 years in their first jobs, followed by 9.6% who told us that they were willing to stay in their first jobs for 6 to 10 years. 11.1% of respondents told us that they expected to be in their first job for more than 10 years. Ladies and gentlemen, the next question we asked our students was, how many months after graduating do you think it will take to find your first professional job? 38% of our respondents told us that they were willing to wait 1 to 2 months to find their first jobs upon graduation, followed by 34% who told us that they were willing to wait anywhere from 3 to 5 months. Nearly 15% of all students told us that they were willing to wait 6 to 10 months before getting their first jobs, followed by 5% who expected to wait up to a year. Moving along, ladies and gentlemen, we asked our students on the number of applications they were expected to send out before landing their first professional jobs. Now, 26.1% of respondents told us that they were willing to submit 1 to 5 applications, while nearly 30% told us that they were willing to submit 6 to 10 applications before landing their first jobs. A further 17% told us that they were willing to submit 11 to 20 applications. This was followed by 8.1% who told us that they were expected to submit anywhere from 21 to 40 applications, while nearly 20% of all respondents told us that they were prepared to submit over 40 applications before they would land their first jobs. Dear guests of the M100 Awards Presentation 2020, we asked our students on the kinds of recruitment events they have attended. 62.3% of our respondents told us that they attended General University Career Fairs, followed by nearly 50% who told us that they attended career talks by employers. 49% attended public career fairs, while 28.5% attended employer networking or engagement events. An additional 26.4% took part in subject-specific university career fairs, and close to 11% attended invitation-only employer events. To sum it up, close to 16% of respondents said that they have not attended any recruitment events. Dear recruiters, let's see what kind of social media platforms our students and graduates claim to use to learn about potential employers. The top 5 social media platforms are Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Tumblr, and YouTube. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, we asked students about information about employers, specifically information that they found the hardest to find during their job search. Starting from the hardest bit of information to find, the top 5 responses given are as follows: workplace culture, salary and remuneration, learning and personal growth opportunities, leadership and managerial style, office environment. Moving along, dear recruiters, the M100 survey asked students on the factors that were the most important to them when choosing an employer. The top 5 responses provided to us in 2020 were working under a good leader, personal development and growth, training and upskilling opportunities, good career progression prospects, job security. Up next, recruiters, we asked our respondents on how much our respondents expected to earn per month in their first professional job after graduation. 18.7% of respondents stated that they were expecting anywhere from 3,000 ringgit Malaysia to 3,299 ringgit Malaysia, followed by 2,400 ringgit Malaysia to 2,699 ringgit Malaysia. This was followed by 2,700 ringgit Malaysia to 2,999 ringgit Malaysia. 13.2% of respondents stated that they were expecting a starting salary of more than 3,600 ringgit. Dear recruiters, before we take a closer look at the survey data, I would like to bring your attention to the voting channels of the M100 Survey 2020. Let me begin with survey sessions on supporting university campuses, including branch campuses, where we had 62 events throughout the year. On top of that, we had 2 editions of the Digital Mega Careers and Study Fair, 7 editions of the Digital Campus Career Fairs, and 56 webinars including the Grab Malaysia Digital Roundtables. Additionally, we had 68 career talks and workshops, including the Grab Malaysia Resume Resource Workshops, followed by 2 career forums, 1 digital M100 challenge, and 15 on-the-ground survey sessions before the MCO. Other avenues that we explored to obtain votes and results from our students were social media and EDM campaigns, including WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, university portals, and university social media pages. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to wrap up the research data presentation for the afternoon. I would like to wish all of you the best of luck in the M100 Awards presentation, and thank you for your time. Back to you, Jasmine.
Thank you, Mr. Patel, for shedding light on the recent trends of job seekers in Malaysia. We hope that the findings will be beneficial to everyone here today. If you need another look at the latest results, head on over to our website at www.grabmalaysia.com after this event for a digital copy of the latest ranking card.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are fast approaching the pinnacle of this event. But before that, here's a sneak peek of the top 100 rankings for M100.
Is your organization on the screen? Don't worry, if you have not spotted your organization on the screen, head on over to our website www.malaysias100.com to have a look at the updated list for M100. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for, the awards presentation for the top graduate recruiters in Malaysia. These are the employers who've gained the most votes across all the sectors. But there'll be one with the highest amount of votes and will be crowned the top graduate employer of the year. But before that, let's celebrate and recognize the top 10 graduate recruiters in Malaysia. So ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? At number 10, we have RHB Banking Group. Number 9, we have Deloitte. Sitting at number 8, Intel Malaysia. Coming in at number 7, AirAsia. At number 6, we have Bank Negara Malaysia. Number 5, we have EY. At number 4, KPMG. The second runner-up goes to PwC. The first runner-up goes to Petronas. Ladies and gentlemen, in a few seconds, we'll get to know the name of the winner of Malaysia's 100 most popular graduate employer of 2020. Would you like to take a guess at who that might be? And the winner is Maybank! Congratulations, Maybank, for being the Graduate Employer of the Year as voted by students and graduates of the Malaysia's 100 Leading Graduate Employer Survey 2020. Congratulations once again to each and every one of you. Today is a commemoration of your remarkable work as leading graduate employers of Malaysia. Thank you very much for your continuous support towards Malaysia's 100. On behalf of everyone at GTI Media, we'd like to thank you for tuning in. I hope you had a great time and we'll see you again next year. Bye everyone.